All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of London Session. Time to get the show on the road. As always, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very, very, very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Let's have a good one, team. It's been obviously a challenging one with gold this week. It's really not played ball at all, to be honest. It's been difficult to find clean entries. Good news is, to me, today, it does look a little cleaner than where we were yesterday. Still pretty much in the exact same range. We'll pull back into the range we were in yesterday. But what we are doing is creating some clean moves. So, approaching a support. So, looking a bit better. Perhaps we could plan for some buys from the support. We will obviously go through the analysis, guys. We'll take a look at gold. We'll take a look at German 40. We'll take a look at any other pair as per request. In the meantime, guys, you know the drill. If you could, please, just before we get underway, smash that like button. Any charts, any questions, I'll get to those shortly. Let's have a look, first of all, at the all-important news. And let's see what we've got moving forward. So, was a big day, obviously. We had NFP. Came out greater than what was expected. So, alright, interesting. Charts didn't really seem to do all that much, to be honest. Did whipsaw initially, but end up just doing what I was doing prior to it, which generally speaking is that tends to be what happens when we have high impact news events, especially off late. Moving forward today, though, what we can see is, God, nice profile pic. What we can see is we have GDP for the pound in just under 30 minutes from now, and 23 minutes from now. So something to definitely keep an eye on for those who do trade the pound. Unemployment claims also 30 minutes into the NY session, guys. So another day of high impact news, guys. You need to be obviously wary of what could break at any point in time as well. So I suggest having either Forex Factory or Financial Juice on one of the tabs, just in case something is about to break, or if something breaks, something happens and the charts move, you kind of know why. Righty, team. In the meantime, let's start with the gold and let's do the top down, starting on the weekly time frame. What we can see is higher low, higher high. So we did in fact pop up to break that 5100, but we did reject it. Onto one. Let me actually just don't want to use the one chart because we have quite a lot of gaps on it. Yeah, we use the Forex.com chart. All right, so that's better. So the weekly, you can see, has a high low, high high to the previous. Still no lower wick and doesn't necessarily need one at this rate. Look, it still could pull back to create one, don't get me wrong, but every time it does pull back, especially towards that 5k region, the buy step back in and push the price back up. So, and I do believe it's still a good chance that we won't create a lower wick. Looking at things on the daily time frame, so daily did close bullish, engulfing on that previous daily candle. Current daily has created an upper wick. I believe it briefly may have flipped back bullish not long ago, if I'm not mistaken, and is now yet again rejecting, coming down really hard back towards the most recent support created in that previous day's candle. Inside bar candle, so not a great deal we can make out of that, but we'll get more information as we go down to the 4-hour time frame here. And what we can see is that is still technically bearish in structure, the way I do see it, and we are now popping back below that resistance we did in fact break out of yesterday. There's that wick from the candle from the NFP candle. We'll mark that in as the resistance. As far as support, we're actually at 4-hour support. We'll adjust it down to 15, and we'll add a level to the downside. Just use that as the most recent, and we'll adjust it accordingly on the M15. So we're still technically bearish in structure. What I can see is we're pulling back, as I mentioned, back below the resistance we were at yesterday. So it's really stuck now between pretty much a rock and a hard place, guys, to be honest, between that 5100 and that 5k region. We begin to pop below 5k, I reckon that could signal a deeper sell-off. If we break above that 5100 again, I believe the all-time highs will come into play yet again, not necessarily today or tomorrow, but moving forward into perhaps the new week. Onto the 15-minute time frame here, and just going to adjust these zones and to the most recent levels of support. We'll probably use that for the time being. All right, so we can see we're tapped into a level of support here, guys, and we are currently bouncing off it. We've also got resistance, so we're basically playing within the Asian range at the minute. We've come from the high back down to the actual low. So looking at gold right now, I mean, we've got just under 4 minutes remaining on this M15, guys. We are rejecting that support. It could be a very impulsive buy from the support presenting in just under 4 minutes from now, guys. As long as the new candle creates a low wick and begins to break above the catalyst candle's high, it could be enough to take an early entry. Now, what the issue will be, yet again, as it's been throughout the last few weeks, is stop loss. You're going to be looking at a significant stop loss based off the 15. So what you definitely would want to do, in my personal opinion, is wait for the new candle to create a decent lower wick. What would it be even nicer, guys, if in fact it does something like this, where it pops up, breaks the high of that catalyst candle, doesn't have a low wick, then pops back down to create the low wick, begins to break its own high, and we get in as it breaks its own high for the second time. That's a shit illustration, but you guys get the picture. So that would be ideal if it actually did something like that. So that's something we can keep a bit of an eye on. And the other thing it could do is just drop straight bearish and then begin to flip. And as it breaks the high of the catalyst candle off the back of that, there also could be a potential opportunity. So we'll keep a bit of an eye on the gold here. Otherwise, guys, what I'll be looking for is, so obviously the buys, we've not yet swept the Asian low. Would have been probably better if we did, but we don't need to necessarily. Otherwise, guys, we'll just train the range. So we'll be looking to see if price does yet again reject most recent resistance around that 5,075, lines up the quarter number. So it's a psychological level. Aside from that, perhaps buys above it, but we're really running out of margin to the upside. We're basically back at the daily open above that point there at 5,078, but we will consider our options above it either way, because at that point there's a high probability that we'll head back up towards the 4-hour resistance back at that 5,092 sort of region. And otherwise, buys from lower down. Not interested in necessarily selling it below the current daily low, because you're running straight into all these wicks to the left. So let's keep an eye on it, guys. Let's keep an eye on the gold. Let's see if we can perhaps get involved in a cheeky little scalp trade in the next minute and 30 odd seconds, guys. So let's keep an eye on it. Once again, we need a decent lower wick. My members are sorry, guys. Send you a link. All right, link sent to my team. So there's just over a minute remaining, guys. Let's see. We'll have a look at German 40 afterwards. Franco, good day to you. Bartman, yeah, appreciate it. Give it a like. Ahmed, good day to you. Laura, good day to you. Listening to stream as I'm driving. All good. Drive safe. Michael, all good, mate. Hope you're well. So we're watching gold here at the minute. We want a decent lower wick. And guys, it's in a range. It's gold. It's been temperamental. Been very difficult. So don't be greedy. If you have a bit of profit on the table, decent profit, I would personally just take it. So we need that low wick prior to any entry. Needs to be a decent one. Now, as to where, how far is the body? It would definitely need to just break below the body of that candle, of the current candle. Don't assume we're not going to leave an upper wick. We've got a bit of an upper wick. All right, it's dropping, so buy stops are valid on the flip. So 5,058.4 roughly. 5,058.4. As the candle flips, stop loss just below. 8.4. All right, so buy stop is set. And obviously not in yet. All right, so let's see, guys. Let's see. It's about 40, just over 40 pip stop, which is about as good as you get at the moment, gold. That's a good one, to be honest. I like how it's tapped into a level we've tapped into multiple times here. If we flip and break our own high, gonna be pretty quick to manage it. But I do think it looks pretty good, to be honest. So we'll see. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Just remove the zones that we're a bit of a distance away from. And if this pushes further bearish, then we may need to reassess. So at the moment, stop loss remains the same. We've not yet broken our own low yet again. The volume is, it's a bit all over the shop at the minute, skipping pips again on gold. So chance that if it does just flip, there is that chance that it may slip the entry. There's always that concern, guys, in this sort of situation, especially when you don't really have much of an upper wick on this current candle. We'll see. Not been triggered in yet. Maybe removing the order shortly too. Just have to wait. See, let's see if we're going to get triggered in. Alright, so it's creating a lower low here, guys. We're gonna have to be well, you're gonna have to adjust the stop loss as well. Adjusted a stop. It looks like it could. Oh, so close to being triggered in. Alright, we're in. Pushing. I'm getting to break even. I'm going to secure some profit, guys, just to get something off the table. And job done. Let's see. So I'm currently at break even. We've got 24 pips on the table. And just easy like that. That was really quick, guys. Good work. Anyone involved, let me know. Sunboss Golden Lens, good morning to you. Sketchmas, thank you, mate. Mr. Tosh, nice one. Michael, nice one. Franco W, nice one, guys. Good work. $25 pip profit at the minute. Here we go. I got 20 pips. Nice one, mate. Oops. Well, I removed the wrong thing, didn't I? All right. Looks like the runner might get taken out shortly. But we'll see. Nice, easy start to the session. My stop loss moving to break even. Move it. All right, good work, guys. Good work. TikTok weren't in on the show, but it doesn't matter. We'll let him in shortly. Yeah, runner's about to be gone. Oh, still in. Just. It is just. Franco finally got a trade for the week. Nice one, mate. Yeah, it's just one of those weeks. It hasn't been easy to find quality, but I mean, nonetheless, just goes to show what happens when you wait for a quality setup, though, mate. In the end, doesn't it? I'm gonna take. Nah, I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna take any more off. Still in profit. We're still running, guys. Back in 20, almost 25 pip profit. Mr. Long, yes, we've been in for quite some time, mate. We're secured some partials and safely at break even. Nice work, guys. Nice work. What is everyone else looking at the minute? Any other pairs in particular? So obviously we tap back into the support here. Left multiple now long wicks at that level. There's a high probability at that point we would continue to the upside. So light work, pretty easy trade. And we'll see. Hopefully it ends up back at the highs. So Ahmed, thank you. There you go, you got 30 plus pips on the table. Looks like it really wants to pump. Let's see. Unboss Gold lens. Nice one, mate. Yep. In your own time, when you've, you know, got the cash and that, or whatever route you're going, gonna go through. But yeah, just take your time with it, mate. I'm sure there's any point starting a TikTok stream, to be honest. They're all gonna see this and think, oh, what? We missed it. But you know what? Stuff it. Tell them all the time to jump across the YouTube stream, so it's their own fault. German 40 sent a chart earlier to the members group. Broken above a resistance, but there is not a great deal of margin to the next level. We are rejecting popping back below the resistance that we had come from, so back into the range below. German 40, you've got some nice support just here. Probably want it to create another pullback leg now, create a lower high, then begin to create lower low, and off the back of that, look to secure some sell positions. Take it back down. Now obviously this thing is a beast and it's extremely volatile, so what I'd like it to do and what it does, I mean, could be a totally different thing. So still not personally trading it, but we'll see. Figure maybe you get nice push at Frankfurt Open and squeeze more runner. If it makes it to it, yeah, it's 30 seconds. It keeps coming close to the entry. So as long as we're still in it. TikTok, hope you guys doing well. Currently running a buy on gold. Been on YouTube for almost 30 minutes now, so I tell you guys all the time to make sure you're on the YouTube, sub to the YouTube channel as well, so don't miss the beginning, because sometimes the trade comes at the very beginning. All right, so Frankfurt Open, let's see if it can flip without taking out the runner. Flips and breaks the high of the previous candle, then good chance we're heading right back up. Looking at it now on the 1 hour time frame, pretty strong bearish candle close, but we're tapping. Look at all these wicks that we're leaving to the downside here. It's obviously a big level of liquidity. Price just fails to break every time it retraces to it. 30, nice strong close on the 30 here. If it can remain in, again, if we break the previous candle's high, it's good to go. But no, it's out. All right. Yeah, all done. So quick win on that one. Nothing major, but a win's a win. So well done to those on YouTube who caught that trade. And we'll see what presents now moving forward. Perhaps if we form that resistance here, it could get this another potential entry from the similar level, guys. So keep a bit of an eye on that. But yeah, well done. Good work. So let's just remove this for the time being. Still not taking a loss. We're absolutely killing it. It's win number 144. All right, nice one. Good start today. All right, the totals have been updated. 144 wins, 35 losses, 80.45. All right, TikTok, how are we going, team? Don't be shy to ask questions. We are looking at gold. Could be looking at another potential entry on gold if this is confirmed resistance soon in 12 and a bit minutes. Meantime, any questions from the TikTok gallery? Sky, are you buying or selling? Was in a buy, but the runner got taken out. Mr. Lung, stop loss. Well, I was at break even, so I pushed into some decent profit. So as soon as I get to a decent amount of profit, and I did say before entering a trade, before the trade was triggered in, that I'd be quick to manage it because it is extremely volatile. Gold is still skipping pips here, so you need to be quick with it. Don't be too greedy, or don't be greedy at all. You got profit on the table, take some profit. Gets a break even, it tags you out, That's how I went about it. Originally, stop loss was below the actual candle itself, the entry candle, which was this candle. So at the time it was about 40 pip stop. It wasn't that wide. 45, I think it was. Okay, like button. Yep, appreciate it. If you could, guys, quickly like button. Jim, morning to you. Ahmed, some profit I take. Nice work. Good work, guys. Looks like some of you did secure some profits on that trade. Always some dickheaders in there. God, again, first thing on TikTok. His profile name isn't even in English, so how bloody low is that? You can go and bugger off. Scum. You're a scumbag. Not that you can hear me, but you're a scumbag either way. And look at it bouncing again. Gold is just, oh god, up to its buggery again. It is all over the shop still. I think we did well to get some profits out of that one. Looking at silver, selling off a bit in the minute. Possibly coming back down to the Asian range low, the support. What the hell was that? Being restricted for some reason on TikTok. Guys, you should jump across the YouTube stream because I'll probably get banned. Some message just come up. best advice for a beginner trader makes, have a plan before anything. First and foremost, you need to have a plan, and plan needs to outline what you are to do of a day on the charts, what you're risking, how many trades a day, what you're trading, and outline just briefly how you go about it. So how you mark up your chart, so on and so forth, and what's your edge on the markets. You need to journal, definitely need to journal, keep track of your trades, and that will start to pick up on things that work and don't work for you. And off the back of that, you can quickly determine, you know, the best way forward, so you can put to bed what doesn't work and focus on what works for you. That's a real good way to go about it. Yeah, and watch the streams on the daily, or and watch the streams. Yeah, but jump across the YouTube stream. It's better. Of course. Look at it now. Typical. Takes the runner out, and then off she goes. It's all good. It's all part of it. Oh, Michigan. All good, mate. All good. Just took a quick win on gold. Quick gold scalp. Now we're just waiting for it to reset. Brad, nice W, guys. Thank you, mate. Smash the like button, guys. YouTube, TikTok. Took a sell? No, we took a buy. Took a buy from here. Wow, look at it fly now. Jesus, of course. So typical, takes the runner out, comes back down just to take the runner out, and then off she goes. But oh, good. Much you can do about it. Still, a win's a win, so I'm gonna take it. Silver looking interesting. Silver is similar to what we're looking at in gold before, the buy on gold. This closes back weak bearish back above, then that could be a decent option. The issue with silver is the spreads are quite large. What is the spread on silver at the minute? Yeah, you're looking at 5 pips on IC markets, and they generally speaking do have extremely low spreads, so why the hell am I being restricted on TikTok? I don't understand. All right, guys, how are we? What are we looking at the moment? Still waiting here on gold again. It's not much at the minute, but I really want this to close back bearish, create that amount of resistance after tapping into the support, and that could have been a way to get back in to the trade. Right, I see entry in 15 would have been so nice had it tapped into support. Oh yeah, had this closed a little lower down. You might ditch TikTok. Guys, jump across to YouTube stream if you want to continue watching, because I'm getting restricted on TikTok for some reason. So just look me up, exact same profile name. You'll find me on YouTube live at the same time. Well, now. So I'm going to end the call on TikTok. There's only a few of you on it anyway. Look me up on YouTube streaming live now. See you TikTok. Cheers. Gold. Oh, so typical. Silver's similar to what gold was doing before, but again the spread's just massive, so it's hardly worth it when you're starting -5 pips. So I'm not going to bother with silver at this rate. I'm just waiting. It's going to be, by the looks of it, a fair bit of a wait, to be honest, guys. Can I draw a trend line on BTC? Trend line from what to what? In what time frame? You're talking about 15 or? So subjective. That's why I don't use them, because I mean, that's probably supposed to be a trend line, or even that's supposed to be a trend line. And some people will use this as the trend line. I would say that makes the most sense to me, to be honest, as the trend line. But again, for me, I just support and resistance. That's all I need to know. Priestley, okay, nice one. Assuming maybe you jumped across from TikTok. Michael's still in a trade. Oh, nice one. Nice one, mate. Ahmed, all good, mate. What's your plan, Michael? Are you at break even, or gonna give it a little bit more breathing room? Best stream out there, appreciate it, mate. Yeah, we should be getting a lot more numbers to the stream. I mean, I was tuned in this morning, my time, and same your time as well, obviously, being in Melbourne as well. Just search live trading. Tune into this one lady who's just sitting there. She looks okay, I must admit. My style. Asian girl. just sitting there. Doesn't talk. Just smiling. And a picture of the chart with a few... It doesn't even have it. At least she didn't have this. I'll give her that much. It didn't have that there. It was just a few horizontals with Choch, obviously change of character or whatever, written beside him. And the whole time she's just in there smiling. She doesn't talk. She doesn't read the comments. People are just chatting. And she's got like 200 and something people on there. I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? Honestly, what am I doing wrong? If she can just... Have I got to put some balloons under my t-shirt and put on a wig, long hair or some shit, and put some makeup on, guys? Have a shave. Is that what you want? So what's going to get the numbers to the stream? Because if I was a sexy chick, guaranteed this stream would have well over 1,000 watching it. It's true. It's just fact. I'm not being sexist. It's just true. James, morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Bye, g'day to you, mate. Welcome. Jim, wig? Yep. Bust out your wig. Barman 6, so it does. It does. She was like, I must admit, she was attractive, but she doesn't... Well, she is attractive, but she doesn't do anything. She just sits there smiling. Occasionally tapping a keyboard. Maybe she reads the messages and occasionally responds. I'm not sure. That's it. And she's got like over 200 people watching. And all it is, it has a thing saying link to the Telegram group below. That's all that's going on there. For signals and... One day, mate. One day, guys. Oh, breast implants. Yeah, no, I don't think I'll just take it a bit far. I think you'll see me dressed as a male moving forward. Not gonna try go to that sort of those extremities. Although it can be done, you know, I spent time in Thailand, it can definitely be done over there quite easily. Alright, gold. If this closed weak bearish in M15, then possibly could be a second entry as it breaks the high. But the thing is, you're in the middle now, so it's not as good as the one from lower down. Mohammed, EU. That was yesterday. Let's quickly look at it today. So the weekly still forming bullish. It is pulling back though, but we do have a high low, high high to the previous. Daily has confirmed a lower high, but structurally it's still bullish the way I see it. The candles themselves, which to me is more important when we're scalping, is they're forming bearish. The current candle is an inside bar candle, so not a great deal can make out of that. There's not a great deal of volume. What I'd be doing is marking both the high and the low of the current candle. Make our way down to the 4 hour. Now it's pretty much the 4 hour range as well, so we're just above it. There's a bit of minor resistance, well, major resistance, sorry, the 4 hour. We'll use that wick, but we'll adjust it shortly. We'll definitely be adjusting it. So probably just use that for the 4 hour level. that point there. And the resistance to the upside, I leave that in. So EU's looking good for a buy if it does make the move in the next 7 minutes. If it closes above the most recent resistance formed at support, I think it is at a 4-hour support. To me, that would be a nice opportunity to get involved in a buy to take back up. Otherwise, sells, you want to be below this point here. 118.50 lines up perfectly for psychological round number as well. That to me becomes the level to get involved in some potential sell options. And otherwise, if it just rips now, which it's trying to do so, I'd just be waiting for a pullback and opportunities to take a sell from the resistance again. Again, it's simple, it's cliche, but it's what works if you have the patience to actually let it present. So that's pretty much what I'd be looking at. Now, if it does, for instance, close around here or pushes a little bit higher, then you're probably waiting for it to pull back to create perhaps a higher low and look for a potential entry. I'm not sure if there's an interruption. You could, yeah, you could probably use that if this candle closes strong bullish engulfing as a way to layer in on the low wick formation of the following candle. Oh shit, I didn't realize you guys can't see me, can you? What's going on here? The camera's gone. Oh shit, I have no idea why it's doing that. Always something, isn't it, guys? Now you can't see my pretty face. What are we to do? Alright, anyway. Enough of the shenanigans. Gold pulling back at the minute. Nothing really going on. Need to wait and see how this candle closes. Alright, I think I'm fixed it. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so gold coming back down towards the support. Let's quickly look to see what silver is doing. So silver did what gold did before. So it's trailing gold. It's made a bit of a move up, but is now retraced. Again, the issue with silver is you got such a wide spread, it's a pain when it comes to scalping. XAUUSD looking pretty good, potentially forming that structure I mentioned before. Let it pull back to create a lower high and create lower low, and then that could be your entry from back at the daily high. Rejection of that level, the Asian range, create the Asian range high. It's not actually pulled back up to retest it. I best recommend EMA for gold. None. Don't use any of them, so I can't recommend any for you. It's the honest truth, mate. Some Gold Lens, I've followed you for a while now, since last year. I've learnt so much from you, and I'm waiting to make money and join your VIP for more knowledge. Nice one, mate. Yeah, it's all, you're always welcome. It's there, so you guys know where to find it, how to find it. Yeah, I mean, even the VIP numbers are quite low, but it's all right. It doesn't worry me. It's all good. People come, people go. It's definitely a lot in it, those heaps. All the education is Hours of content, hours and hours. All right, so let's see how this candle closes. So that's the 0.382, guys. So again, those who watch me on a regular will know the significance of that level. If we close weak bearish above it, what we've done is create a minor resistance, and by creating that long lower wick, we've once again suggests to me it's a weak close, and we've once again grabbed downside liquidity in order to perhaps make the next move and complete the move back up to the highs. So off the back of that, there could be a potential option. So high is 50, 64, 69. So 50, 65 flat roughly. So we'll see. Just over a little over 1 minute remaining, guys. Let's see. And again, we'll all come down to the lower wick on the following candle. Has to be a decent one. All right, it's looking like it could be valid, guys, for anyone who is interested in looking for another entry. I might go just a small risk. All right, needs a lower wick. And it's valid. $5,065 flat. Once again, it'd be a pretty tight stop. You're looking at it's around a 70, about 80 pip stop. You use the previous candle's low. If you're going to do that, you're just going to have a wider target and lower lot size. Otherwise, you could basically just cheekily use the current candle's low. It's going to be tough to manage though, but what we could be doing. Totally up to you guys what your preference is. So if you're going to have a wider stop, you obviously lower the lot size. If you want the tighter stop, well, you're going to have to be pretty quick to manage it. So let's see if we can double dip here on the gold before London open. I've lost to the right spot. So at the minute, I've got a stop set at 50, 61, 72 to be exact. So let's see. 5 minutes also looking pretty good. We're forming a bit of a staircase from the support here. So if this candle begins to flip, break its own high, good chance it's going to trigger in. Creating a lower low just now, so you have to adjust the stop loss. Did it create low low? I don't know if it did on it. Yeah, it has. All right, it looks like it's gonna maybe pull back a bit further still. Yeah, we don't want to pull back a great deal, to be honest, guys. I don't want a massive stop loss. The minute. 6. $5,061 is what a stop loss would be. This is to be a low if it does flip. Franco, German 40 buys look good. Yeah, based off 15, they do look pretty good. Leaving a long liquidity wick into the range back below and then close back strong bullish, so it does look pretty good. Look at that, silver end up popping. Bit all over the shop still at the minute, but at least it's a bit better than yesterday. We've managed to find one good entry and we're potentially looking at getting involved again here, so let's see. Right, looks like we may be carrying another lower low, so I'm gonna be stretching this thing out. Still not yet. Also going to consider the timing as well, because last thing we want is for it to flip in the last couple minutes of the M15 and get triggered in. The new candle's likely going to leave the lower wick. It could potentially tag us out and then do pretty much what this one did eventually. This one, sorry. So, got the buy stop in. I'll let you guys know if I will be removing it though. Armored Gold is not happy. It's a little bit indecisive at the moment. But it's all good. At least there's the entry point now. So this is now minor resistance. And at the minute, the minor resistance is holding. So we'll see. not doing much, is it? It's just stuck at the minute. Create a lower low. $50, $60, $60, $50 is where the stop would need to be. Alright, there's a good chance we'll be removing it either way shortly. It's just taking a little bit too long. So the stop is now out to literally 45 pips. Which is not bad. Well, not that bad. But it's now more a timing issue. I don't want this thing to continue to reject and then start to flip in the last few minutes, like I mentioned before. I'd really like for it to perhaps flip very shortly and trigger in, but we'll see. I don't think it'll be consolidating. It could. It looks like it might be wanting to come back down a bit further. The 5 minute is starting to consolidate, so it may not be ready just yet. Really needs to break above this resistance. At the minute, it could make a deep pullback or another pullback, potentially create another or a high low. Still, the good thing is we've still got the same entry point, so moving forward. So looks like, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to remove the order, guys, and just wait. Panel is pulling back more than what I like it to at the minute with broken low. This, am I frozen here or what? I know it's different brokers, but it just looks extremely different at the moment on my chart. I think it's frozen. I think this particular Forex.com, yeah, there it is. That was weird. That was extremely delayed. FEB, yeah, we took earlier. We took a gold buy from here, around here. We secured some profit on that one. Runner got taken out. And we're looking for another potential entry here, but I'm going to remove the order, guys. It's taking too long. So let's wait. But again, the good thing is this becomes now a potential area we can look for continue further buy options. It begins to close above now. Seeing we are rejecting quite strong, we now really need to wait for strong confirmation, such as next or an M15 to close back above it. The other option is if it pulls back further, there could be, again, options to buy from the support itself. So just have to wait. No rush. Got the early trade in, already taken a win, so we can just chill and wait for a clean setup if it does present. Oh, sniper gold looking shitty. Yeah, it was all right. We got it by earlier, so took some profit from that one, and now just waiting again. Now it's starting to play around. That's what we're doing. It's starting to pump up. anything could happen. It could do it. Yeah, to me, gold looks better today than yesterday. Still looks like shit, don't get me wrong. But it's a little bit, I can just see some cleaner areas within a range to actually trade within. So obviously above this resistance, you may or may not have the margin above this resistance. But again, if it comes back down to the support, we got a nice confirmation here before. We could get something similar happen again. So who knows? Not totally a write-off for a re-entry. Still could possibly get one. Possibly. Reply to questions. Can we take trade before pre-London? Also on M15 there was no M5 minor resistance or M5 engulfing. Can we take without it on gold, or just in general? You can take it, mate. What I would suggest is, if you're on gold, if it's coming towards like the last few minutes, the last 5 minutes of London Open, and you've got a pending order and it's not being triggered in, I would remove it at that point. But there's nothing wrong with trading into pre-London into it as well. If you got a position in there and it's safely, in profit, sometimes it won't be, or be in drawdown. That's a big risk. But to be honest, I'm not afraid of trading into the open itself. But I just want to be triggered in with at least, 5 minutes left. What was the other part? Also M15, there was no 5-minute resistance. Are we talking about from here, the original first entry? Yeah. No, there wasn't. And the entry was end up being taken above the resistance, but when the trade was set, there wasn't. So you are technically right. But look what happened when it actually did break the resistance. But either way, why I was interested in it was because what it had done is pretty much what all these candles did, long lower wicks into that level, and pretty much every one of them end up bouncing back up. So off the back of that, it suggests to me, and this one pulled back even further down to the depths of the 4-hour support itself. So that suggests to me that perhaps it's just a bit of a grab of liquidity in order to move back up. So generally speaking, that's a pretty solid confirmation that price could reverse. So off the back of that, I would look to take the entry regardless of the 5-minute situation, especially if the traffic is clean. So if it comes, obviously the move prior to it up was clean, move from the resistance down was clean as well. So off the back of that, to me, it was a strong enough confirmation. But yeah, it's always stronger if you are to wait for instance, for that candle to close, confirm a bit of minor resistance. It's a little bit, of a strong bearish candle, but what we're going to remember, it's only the M5 as well. So I wouldn't be as strict on the M5 in regards to it closing, the top, the 0.382 of the FEB from bottom to top to bottom. So you could have waited for that as a confirmation, but at the end it didn't get triggered until there anyway. So after it passed that bearish candle high. So yeah, hopefully it answers your question, mate. Good questions. hammer candle we can take without 5 minutes. Yeah, basically. As long as the move prior to it was a clean one. As long as you got a low wick prior to your entry. And we know off the back of that, again, it's a potential reversal signal. Obviously, it's going to be within a range, so the range always holds priority. So don't be too greedy. Try to get to break even pretty quickly and just accept that it's either going to get some sort of profit from it, or you might get taken out at break even. Because this thing pushed enough to take some profit. Wasn't a huge amount, but still 30 plus pips before it popped back down again. Would run out and then pumped again, as it does. Yeah, engulfing, that type of thing. Even a 5-minute engulfing is, you know, you could add that as a bit of confidence. So let's see. Let's see for session open. Are we going to actually... Now we're flipping back bullish. Let's see if we can close above. Or very close to it. Guys, if you could, please just don't forget to hit that like button, guys. All I ask of you, quickly you could do that, it'd be much appreciated. Still not taking a loss this year, guys. Not on stream, not away from the stream. Been just unbelievable how good a start to the year it's been. Again, doesn't mean we're not going to take losses. We definitely will. There'll be the bad times. You got to take the bad, you know, the good with the bad. But so far, so good. Been patient. Been trained to plan. Been sticking to the rules, and they've been working, you know, really, really well. Time and time again. Just goes to show. $740, consolidating within a resistance, so now I would just remove that. I'd be marking this in as some support. This wick is a little bit tricky. I'd prefer to be above it. Steven, yeah. Noticed that earlier. Yeah, but it's obviously it's well below that height. But the thing is, to me, that's not a strong enough close, to be honest. This one is much better. That completely, by far and away, engulfs that wick. This one here barely engulfs it, but still. I mean, yeah, with the kind of volatility that's been present of late, I don't think that's enough. $5 above. Have a look at the silver one. Yeah, similar in silver. It's barely closed above. So the concern with these sort of ones, if you're trying to look for the interruption, is likely going to create a decent lower wick, so you're going to have to spend quite a bit of time in drawdown. So that's why you want this to, essentially you want it to close more like that, and then you'd be spared maybe half that drawdown, possibly, or maybe even more than that. So to me, they're barely valid, so I probably wouldn't consider it personally. All right, back to the gold. Just over 5 minutes remaining till session open, guys. Let's see. Pretty boring, isn't it? It's slowing down at the minute. Really not much going on. We'll wait and see for session open here. At this rate, it looks like there is not going to be a trade for the open, but yeah, we'll wait and see. Trying to push, so just over 2 minutes, guys. Let's see if it does eventually pop back above. So you'd be looking again at a similar sort of entry point. But again, this has to close strong. We want it to close at least above the bodies of the candles here to the left. And the London open candle needs to create decent lower wick. So, as I mentioned before, the potential entry, I'm not setting nothing yet, but I'm getting the levels marked in MagicKeys at 5,065. But we will see, because it could pump just now. All right, looking pretty good, guys. It looks like we may get an option at gold here, potentially. Oh god, it's gonna break now, isn't it? All right, so you're gonna have to track the highest point of this candle. Then what you're gonna need to see is a lower wick. As soon as you get a lower wick, and it's a decent one, the back of that, look for potential buys as it breaks the high of the catalyst candle. There could be a second entry here on gold shortly, guys. So just pay attention to, again, the highest point on your broker's chart. Those with IC markets, you're looking at 5,065.87, so potentially 5,066.20 as an entry. Needs decent low wick. Some loss going in, so observe you don't use big stop loss. Very impressive. Prefer not to. Don't have a low wick, guys, so I'm not seeing the entry, not until there is a low wick. And if it pumps and it's breaking a high, you have to wait and readjust the entry point to above the current candle. So for me, there is no entry until we create that low wick. Session open. If it goes, it goes. There's nothing you can do about it. Not trusting it though without that lower wick first. Let's see if it's going to pull back to create the lower wick. So now the high is 5,066.40, so 5,066.70 could be a potential entry point if it creates the lower wick. Trying to, but not confirmed just yet. Still don't have that wick, guys, and really need to pull back to create that wick first. Right. It's like it's gonna potentially push, yeah. You know, at least we got one entry. We got one buy, so that's you know, better than nothing. We've already taken a win for today. But it doesn't look like this entry is going to present. Looks like it could just push. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah, it's pushed a little bit too far for my liking, guys. Silver making a bit of a move. Franco, German 40. Wow, look at that. Oof. Shot straight up. Yeah, I don't see anything else happening at the minute, guys, to be honest. So I think I might call it, might get going. We already took the win for today. Well done to those of you who took the buys with us from this confirmation from the support. To me, it was a pretty solid entry, and good to see it play out. Would have been nice if the runner didn't get taken out, but anyway, it is what it is. So well done to anyone who took that. So right now, I'd just be letting gold do its thing. It doesn't have a lot of wicks, so I'm not interested in chasing it without it. Obviously, session open, anything could happen. If it comes back down to the support, you'd be looking for your buys. If it comes up to the resistance only to reject it, you'd be possibly looking for your potential sells. That is pretty much what I'd be paying a bit of attention to moving forward into London session. But yeah, otherwise, guys, take care. Thank you very much for all your support throughout the week. And I probably won't be on tomorrow, as per usual on a Friday, so I'll catch you guys in the new week. To my team, I'll chat to you guys shortly. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Until next time. Bye, my friends. See ya. Bye.